So in this video, we will be learning about process and process states. So this is a very important question which will be given in your semester examination. And also through this diagram, you will get a clear view on how the process and process states work. So here there will be two main things you have to put in mind: creation, completion. So these two things in between, they will be passing through various states. Okay. So you will have 5 states here or more that I will let you know in the video. So here during execution of the OS, this OS transfers the program from hard disk to main memory, right? So that is a basic thing what OS does, hard disk to main memory. So when this program is stored in the main memory, it is called a process. So that will be your definition of process. So let me write it down here. Statement, right? The definition of process. What is process? So when the program is stored in the main memory, it is called a process, right? So coming to the states, let's jump into the states. So first here, you can find the new state here, right? This is the new state. So whenever the process is created, that is called new, right? The next one is ready state. Okay. So what this state means? So it basically tells this process is ready for execution. Okay. And it is waiting for the CPU to execute that process. So this ready state contains a list of processes which are waiting for the execution of the CPU, right? So let us write that down. This will be a ready state, and coming to this will be a ready state, okay? And coming to the scheduler. So what the scheduler will do? What it will do? So it will fix one process from the ready state, okay? And this will allocate the process to the CPU, okay? Allocation. So what the scheduler does, it will allocate your process to the CPU. So whatever process is incoming, okay, that will be allocated to the CPU so that it will run. So this will be your third state. Let's write it down. So next we will be talking about the running state. So what this running state will do? So whatever process that will be scheduled by a scheduler, so that CPU will receive that, okay? And the CPU will execute that particular process. So this is nothing but in running state. So it tells that the CPU is executing that process. Let us write it down. So these are just your running notes, okay? These are not the actual notes. So this will give you a reference, an idea on how to remember the answer. So let us go to the interrupt. So what this interrupt will do? So let's see. So this is your interrupt state, okay? So before explaining you about the interrupt state, I will explain you about two processes: high priority process and low priority process. What is it? So let's suppose there is a process with priority 1 and it is being running by the CPU. Okay. So suddenly there will be another process but with priority 8. So that is higher priority, right, compared to 1. So that will interrupt. Okay. So the CPU will take a process which is having higher priority. So this CPU will stop running that process which is having priority 1. Okay. And it will send that process to the ready state here. From here, it will send that process to the ready state, and it will take that process which is having the priority 8 because it is called as a higher priority. So this is nothing but interrupt. So what is interrupting here? The process with the higher priority, that is 8, is interrupting. So this is nothing but high priority process and low priority process. So CPU will obviously take the process which is of high priority. Okay. So let us write it down. So before going to the next state, I suggest you to write the definition of round-robin scheduling algorithm so that the evaluator will feel the answer is better. So let me write the definition of round-robin scheduling algorithm. So it is, so here what happens is every process will be executed for a particular time period, okay? Or for a particular time period, the process will be executed. So this is nothing but round-robin scheduling algorithm. Waiting for input output, okay? So every process needs an input, right? So for the next operation, they need an input or output. So the process running in the CPU will need an input and output operation. For this small thing, let us write one definition here. Okay, waiting for IO operations. Okay, so what is this here? The process running in the CPU and IO operation, right? So going to the waiting state, so this will be our next state. Okay, the waiting state, right? This one. So what is the waiting state? So this, whenever this process is waiting for some input output operation here, okay, so this operating system will transfer this process from the running to waiting state. Okay, so what will the scheduler do here? The scheduler will fix a process from ready state and will allocate that same process from the CPU. So the CPU will start executing that process. So this is the waiting state. So I have told you, right? So whenever the interrupt will happen, so where will that ongoing process will be stored? It will be stored in a waiting. Okay. So first the priority process will be running here, and the ongoing process which is having less priority will be sent to the waiting. Okay. So this is nothing but the waiting state, right? So next one is the IO completion, right? This is our next state. I'll tell you what is it. So in the process, the input output operation is completed, okay, in the process, then that process should move to the ready state, right? After the completion, this process will move to the ready state. Simple. You can just understand the diagram and you can write the definition, everything on your own, okay? And talking about the exit or terminated, what will happen here? Here, the exit or terminated here. So if the process will complete all its operation, it will be sent to the exit and it will get terminated. So that is the simple definition of exit and terminated. So in order to go for a process to go to the exit state, it should complete all its operations. So the same thing we can just write the definition here. And also I will be sharing you my Notion notes in the description, and the playlist is also ready. So you can just refer to all these notes, and I'll keep updating these notes in a better manner. Yeah, so thank you.